Hey everybody. Because when I grab the mic, yeah, when you grab the mic, you grab it, I grab it and hit the mute button. So, hey everybody, thanks for being here. It's Thursday night. It's Ben's Brick Designs. It's Ben, nice to see you. That's really loud. Turn that down. So yeah, we've got a hard seltzer. Thank you, Beth, for being in the chat. Thank you, the Lego Geek, for being in the chat. Thank you, Kodiak Bricks, for being in the chat. Fazoom. Well, hello, Fazoom. Thanks for being here, Fazoom. Again, I'm going to announce that we're doing an Austin Eastsiders hard seltzer because I'm out of beer. I haven't been able to get to my local tap room / brewery in a while, so we're doing hard seltzers because that's what I have left. If you're here for the last build before we start doing some designing tonight, I'm going to show off, hopefully without breaking it, my build that I worked on last Sunday. It is a upside down in a Halloween style. So it is the seed parts that we got from my lug were a pumpkin and some skeletons. I can get it over here without knocking everybody off. All right, so here it is. This is the upside down pumpkin skeleton Halloween thing. So it's built similarly to the upside down set where it's got the trees with the tiles on the bottom so you can set it. You can turn it over whatever side you want to have upright. So there's the upside down part with the ghoulish house and the normal house with the upset people. They're very worried about what's going on in their world. And in the inside, oh, Shisakovich. So yeah, so that's all I'm going to show you on that. Inside, and the trees just kind of gave out on me for some reason. Inside's got furniture, and then it's kind of creepy non-furniture inside there. Got some tentacles and stuff. But that just fell to crap, so I'm going to set that aside and redo the trees later. I would figure that they would give out while it's being shown off. But it's a good thing I got a couple photographs of it. That's all that matters. I'm going to show it off on Sunday on our virtual Lego meeting. I also have 2 new Microfighters to kind of show off. This one's not really new, but I put a stand on it. So this is the this is the LAAT/LE. I'm doing a quick build video of this that should be out next week. This is basic. Ooh, and that bumps into that. I don't like that at all. Maybe I'll turn that around. This is the Imperial Patrol Craft version, and there's also a Republic Gunship version. This is a smaller craft, but it's basically designed by the same people who did a LAT-I, the Republic Gunship. But it's a smaller civilian version. You see these in Rebels and Clone Wars a bit. And the stand is Lothal. So this is like the city, kind of white spires, and these are some of the huts out in the villages and stuff. So this is a Republic Gunship on Lothal. This is one of my favorite designs. It's not very swooshable. It's a little fragile, but I really like the way the design looks. I think it pulls off the actual look of the ship very well. And I like the shovels acting as like the spoilers in the background. That works. I think that works great. I like it a lot. So the other one I have, and this one's a little weird. This is a Old Republic ship. This is a Republic class strike fighter, or a Liberator class strike fighter, depending on who owned it at the time or who was flying it. I'm gonna try to get it off the stand without ruining the whole thing. This one is more swooshable. The character is Satil Shan, a Jedi Knight, or Jedi Master, the youngest Master ever, or the youngest Jedi ever to become Master. So this is an actual Lego set. You can actually get this in minifig scale. And it also turns, its wings turn in. You kind of have to hold the blasters in place, but the wings do turn in like so. And then it's, it's its collapsed version. The stand is a planet that I'm not familiar with because I don't remember a lot about maybe this would be better if they stuck like that. These have a habit of not sticking very well. I forget what the planet is called, but it's like something Kos, like Conundrum Kos or something like that. It's a Sith stronghold, so it's like the Great Sith Empire stronghold. And there was a time when Satil Shan led an attack on that homeworld with a bunch of other Jedi and stuff like that. So, but it's this kind of dark, brooding, think like Kirith Ungol or something from Lord of the Rings. And I don't have a whole lot of purple, so I did my best with it. It's like purple and gray. It's just supposed to be spires and cities and dark fog and stuff like that, which I don't think I really captured, but anyway. So that's another to add to the list of Microfighters. Now I got a ton of them. I've always had a ton of them, but here's some more. The next one will be, I'll get the parts for it, will be the Resurgent class Star Destroyer with Hux. Do you think you'll ever expand from Star Wars and start on other micro themes? Lego Geek, I'm glad you asked that because that brings us to the build of the night. I've decided, because I have this list, right? I have this list of Microfighters that, and I'm going to switch this to the design. I have a list of other sci-fi ships that I want to do, not just Star Wars. I've already got a design for the Raza, and I don't remember what show that's from. Somebody asked me to do it, and without looking it up, I don't recall what it's from. But I have a list of stuff from Star Trek, stuff from Buck Rogers, 2001, Battlestar Galactica, Earth 2020, Earth 2, couple anime series. I forget what Spike's ship is called on Cowboy Bebop. It's not the Bebop because that's the big ship that Jet owns. But I could do the Bebop with Jet and, oh, hi, puppy. Yes, there's a puppy here. But today I was going to try to do the SDF-1 from the Macross saga, otherwise known in the United States as Robotech. Dorman Koss, thank you. I really want to go back and play some of these old games, or at least read up on them, because I feel like I have played them, but then I'm watching gameplay from like Eckhart's Ladder or something, and I'm like, I don't remember this at all. I don't remember the characters. I don't remember the storylines. Like, I know I've played this. It's Star Wars. I had to have played it. Don't remember it at all. Anyway, so tonight I'm going to start with the SDF-1, and if you're not familiar with the SDF-1 is the super dimensional fortress featured at the beginning of the Robotech series, what was called Macross. The first season of Robotech was basically just called Macross. And then it was probably called Super Dimensional Fortress Macross or something. This was basically a ship that was brought to Earth accidentally by a race of aliens. It was stolen by one of the scientists. It made its way to Earth. It crashed on Earth. It basically brought an end to years of war. And then they reverse engineered the technology and figured out this sort of transformable technology, and they called it protoculture. And they basically used this ship as sort of a rallying cry to kind of bring the Earth together, and they made the Robotech Defense Force and the United Earth League and some other stuff. So the Earth was united around this thing. And then the aliens found out where, the Zentradi found out where this ship went. And so they went after it. And in defense of itself, the SDF-1 like activated and turned its jump capabilities on, basically its space folding capabilities. And when it did, it created a sphere around Macross Island. And it basically took itself and the island out to Pluto. Right, as a defense mechanism, it just jumped. It's like, oh, alien fleet here, got to get out of here. So it took this entire population with it. They basically saved as many people as they could. I don't know how they were able to do that on the fly, in the instance, in the middle of nowhere. But they got a bunch of people on this ship, and then they crawled their way back to Earth. And along the way, they fought off some other stuff. And then they get back to Earth, and it's a whole other thing. This ship turns into a giant robot. Or at least a giant standing platform, a weapons platform, right? It's not really a robot in that it kind of, you know, it fights like Voltron or something. It just kind of stands there. Now, at some point, it does like jam its aircraft carrier arms into things, and they open up and stuff pours out of them, other mechs and missile launchers and stuff. And that's called the Daedalus attack, where, you know, the Daedalus is one of the aircraft carrier arms. So, it is a very cool show. It doesn't really hold up, but it was one of the first anime that I ever really watched, and it just blew my mind, right? I remember watching things like Astro Boy and Speed Racer, and I think Gigantor was another one, but they were kind of black and white, Mickey Mouse age anime, right? So it's just still kind of cartoony. This was like a serious look at war and interpersonal relationships. I had no idea what I was watching. I was 12 when it hit the US, 12 or 13. Blew my mind. Anyway, so I thought, you know, this would be a good one to add to the list. So first, is it Commander? I'm going to make Commander Global, or Captain Global. He is the commander of the SDF-1. He was put in charge by some other RDF or Earth League people. So I think he'd be pretty... And he's kind of a funny character. He's like this Russian, you know, pipe-smoking war veteran, but he's kind of... It almost felt like this was a figurehead promotion where it's like they weren't expecting him to do anything, because this was kind of a... He was basically running a statue. Like, they didn't think anything of it. But he turned out to be a pretty good captain. So let's start with him as a minifigure, and I'm just going to kind of rush through this because I don't think we're going to find anything remotely close. But there's probably like an admiral or a sailor of some kind. Navy. I don't think they're going to have Navy. Captain. Does he have a tie? No. But this might be close enough. So let's color that blue. This isn't going to be exact. We're just going to do it to get it. And I don't care about... So yeah, so I do have a list of other... Why is it not letting me select it? Come on, yo. I do have a list of other ships. It's not as many. Oh, I wish I could red trim that, because that's kind of the deal, is it's the red trim. Maybe a pirate. Let's see if there's one with a red trim. Some of them are going to be easier to do than others, but I think overall it'll be kind of fun to try to maybe branch out a bit from doing Star Wars, because there's only so much you can do in Star Wars before you've kind of... There really isn't anything else. Not in red anyway. Before you really start to run dry, and then you're going into a you're going into like comic books and like barely drawn side side stories and the ships that go with that. And oh, maybe there's a printed one that's got some red on it. Yeah, his are just blue. So I think it's probably best that my mic wasn't working right away, because as soon as I hit stream, as soon as I hit start streaming, the dog just went crazy. Like somebody must have been taking trash out or something, because like she just went, and like throaty barking. Like we haven't heard her do that before. It was really weird. Also, if you haven't, please get out and vote. If you are allowed to vote early, please get out and do that. Do not waste this opportunity to vote. It's very important that we all get out there and vote. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. And that's where I'm going to leave it. So yeah, we went out all masked up. We met our neighbors over there. Everybody was standing 6 feet apart. And we were only in line for maybe about 45 minutes. It was really good. And they had everything set up great. It was plenty of space. It was not a bad experience. It was weird that we had to go through this experience. I felt really, it felt surreal. It felt like, you know, are we really doing this? All right, he needs a head with a mustache. And I think there's plenty. Mustache. What? Oh wait, do I have? There we go. Sometimes I forget I turned that off. Mustache. Gonna try to get one with the eyes, his haircut's pretty good. Ooh. That's pretty good. Yeah, that'll work. Now, captain's hat. Admiral hat? Nope. Okay. Lay sick, homie. Oh, you got 2 years to go before you can vote? Gotcha. The homie has arrived. The sick homie. Sorry you're not feeling well, M. Dot. I have to go through all these hats, don't I? Surely there's just one that says captain's hat. An oversized captain's hat. Wow, look at the size of that monkey. Look at that monster. That can't be right. What is this? Police. I don't want police. Although that's pretty big. If you can get it to where it's... got a black brim on it, that would be better. I don't know if they've got one in here. That's going to be police. That one's going to be... oh, that's Fabuland. I can also check headgear, but I don't really care. What about that one? That's more police. That's the same. I think they're intending for these to be black. I just realized I've been watching you for almost a full year and a half. Yeah, man. Yeah, you were like one of my first like long-time viewers, and I really appreciate you being here. First subscriber, first of a group of subscribers. We've grown so much in that year. Oh, pour some out. Doc says, Coast Guard. Not really, Doc. I am doing Commander Lothal from Robotech. As best as I can, considering... oh, you know what he needs? He needs epaulets. I know he doesn't have them, but I think he probably needs them. Just to kind of show off. Except I don't think... Paul. Yeah, there we go. What'd she do? Uh-oh. That's no bueno when the dog eats out of the trash can. Yeah, let's make him look more sailor-like. Even though I can't get anything else to work right here. So we're going to do red hips. Hips. And then white legs. Leg left. So yeah, if you can, and if you're of age, please vote. He does look kind of Coast Guard-y, doesn't he? Now that you mention it. An admiral in the Coast Guard. Alright. So he doesn't have any weapons of any kind, but he does have a pipe. I don't know if Lego makes pipes. Because that would advocate smoking. So, into the design we go. So, the SDF-1 is transformable. So I got to keep that in mind, because and it's a simple transformation. It's basically if you were to kind of pull your knees up to your chest and keep your arms down at your side, and then stand up and put your arms out, and then the little things above your head kind of go like this. So there's things we can do here that'll make it kind of easy. But you can see like that's an arm. These are the legs. You know, you make the legs kind of do this. The things on top of the head, the pontoons, the big guns. Oh, that's the other thing is the SDF-1 has this capability of like, it folds space, but it also has this wicked awesome gun that like, you know, hyperspace rams everything. It's this giant plasma planet killing kind of gun. But once it fires, the ship's dead for like an hour or something like that. M the nerd. Lego was joking, rolls eyes. La la is talking to me. Aren't there white hats, Coast Guard instead of black police? I don't know if they are. They're not called Coast Guard. It looks like if there's a hat, it's not called Coast Guard. I tried hat sailor. If you have a part number, I could look it up. But it wouldn't surprise me in the least that there's something on bricklink that there's something exists as a Lego that isn't on bricklink, especially when it comes to minifigures. It's easier to create out of a pattern more bricks, but I think a lot of the patterns, the art that you have to do for a minifig is just kind of beyond them. It's a small operation. I know Lego took it over, but right now it's a small operation. And they're all kind of doing it not to get paid, but oh goodness, that's stuck. I spilled too much beer in here last time. Have to clean that up. Anywho, I was gonna put a coaster over here. So I want to make it so he can sit, and this area basically counts as his chest, as this robot's chest. So if I can make it so he sits here, but then these things are attached to where they can, you know, kind of fall back and over like that. Even if I have to take them off. I mean, I'm not opposed to just like removing stuff, but let's design the ship first and see if we can get through it. And this is a pretty basic layout of a ship. So, but I'm going to try to keep the body. The fact that it's built like a body in mind when we're doing it. So this will be interesting. And of course this is blue and red and white. I'm just going to kind of go off the... there's going to be a lot of variations of this depending on which version you watch. Here's another good look at the size of it. Because everyone's going to interpret it differently and draw it differently. And if, you know, if it's based off the re-release of the show or something like that. Or which modeling company did it, but for all intents and purposes, I'm going to try to keep it this model and color. There's a Series 10 hat piece that works better. Did Voltron or this come first? That's a good question. I'm pretty sure this came first because this was... I was about 12 when this came out, so this would have been 84, 85. And then I think Voltron came out. I don't know, man. Look that up and let me know. because Series 10 Captain figure here. See, the problem is I can't do Series anything in here. I just have to do Captain. Oh, you know what? The other thing was I had print turned off, so maybe I missed something. Although I put in a bunch of terms. Admiral. Yeah, so, I mean, there's just very little. They're not going to have anything called Navy or Army, probably, but anyway, if you find the piece number for it, I can look it up and see if they've got it listed. If not, it's just a placeholder. You can probably get one made somewhere better. I bet even if you searched for it right now, you might be able to find a Robotech group of, like somebody's already probably built Valkyrie. I know they've built Valkyries. Like you can get one off of Brick Vault. You can get a Skull Squadron Valkyrie off Brick Vault. I don't know if they've done the Southern Cross, the cycles, the transformable cycles, because that seems really weird because the transformable cycles were this thing that sort of changed mass as well, because they were these cycles, but then they would turn into these suits, right? These kind of jetpack suits. And it just seemed like a lot of mass was lost when they would transform. And it was kind of like that thing from the latest Fast and the Furious with what's his name's bike that kind of did a bunch of crazy stuff. It was very similar to that. And then the later ones are just like, oh no, that was the Invid Invasion. The second one was like these big tank mechs, Southern Cross. So anyway, Voltron was 85, but I think Robotech came out before that. The mystery of Robotech is that it was, not the mystery, but the thing about Robotech is, and I'm going to go ahead and change all these to white for now, is that Robotech was actually, it says it was 3 series, or 3 seasons, or three different stories that were kind of crammed together into Robotech's 1, 2, and 3, right? It was Robotech, the Macross Saga, Robotech, the Southern Cross, and Robotech, the Invid Invasion, or the Masters. And the problem with that is that it was 3 different shows, right? In Japan, it was 3 different shows. But this company here in the U.S. named Harmony Gold acquired the rights to all of them, and they wanted to show them to American audiences. So they basically jammed them together as a continuous story, right? So the first Robotech, the Zentradi invade Earth. The second one, the Zentradi are still here, and they cut and pasted a bunch of weird stuff together, but it was this different sort of army that was fighting them off on the other side of the planet. And then the Masters, the Invid invasion, the Invid were supposed to be the Masters of the Zentradi, and they weren't in reality. But when they brought them over to the U.S., they mashed them together in this one show. So I think they all existed in Japan in like 1980, 1981. And by the time we got it, I think it was like 82 or 83. And then they continued to tell their own story, so it diverted. Like they went off their own direction, we went off our own direction. It's really interesting. There's a Toy Galaxy episode. There's a couple Toy Galaxy episodes that deals with this a lot. So knowing that this is going to be, I keep like bouncing back and forth. This is going to be where its arms are. I'm going to put, I think we're going to do snot bricks. Yeah, and Voltron was actually, it was also, no shock here, but it was also a Japanese production. Like, there was a whole bunch of transformable or assembly line shows where the robot was a thing that combined, or it was a thing that transformed. And the Lion Voltron was like Go Lion Dairigger 5 or something, and then the vehicle Voltron was actually not even called Voltron; it was called something else. And then they had another thing. So the Lion Voltron, again, different shows combining robots. They brought them over to the U.S. and they called them Voltron, right? So there was the Lion Voltron, the Vehicle Voltron, and then there was something called the Albigos Voltron. The Albigos Voltron was the Alpha Beta Gamma Voltron. Lion Voltron was of the far universe. Vehicle Voltron was the near universe, so it was taking place on Earth basically, and then Albigos was the mid universe, and it was like it wasn't like, it was like deep space around Earth, but it wasn't as far away as planet, I forget what the planet is, Allura's planet. Hopefully it will transform. That's what we're gonna, this might take a little more than just working on it today. You can see these pontoons basically split and then lower. So that could be, I have an idea for that. And it involves bars. So if I do a 4L bar or something, you can clip it on the front, and then they can, you know, you attach it, and then the two things will attach right here, and then they can slide open and then lower. So if you did like a 1x1 brick clip, gotta put all the right letters in there or else it won't work. That's not going to work at all. So let's just do a 1x1 clip, and we'll do a flat clip. That way I can make the pontoons a little longer. Right, so these will come together like this when it's in ship mode, which kind of looks janky, so I might come up with something else. Hey Mason, what's up? What's up, Travis? Synthetic Mason is here, y'all. Yeah, could you tell who it was? My Commander Global, or Captain Global. He doesn't become a commander till later, right? I know at some point he does. Or no, because Captain's higher than Commander. He is Captain Global. I forget if he becomes Admiral or something. So just for fun, let's just do a 1x4 plate. As pontoon number 1. So as much as I'm into Star Wars has kind of always been around, but I've always had, I don't know if you can see the tattoo, but I've always been a big Robotech fan. Just like, it just blew my mind when it first came out. I just could not believe that this was a thing. There was just nothing else like it. It was grown up. It was, you know, it dealt with love and sex and a lot of weird things that some, you know, a kid my age just wasn't ready for, really, and nobody else was talking about. So it was just really fascinating. I think that's too big, but we'll see. Yeah, some of the first like TV crushes I ever got were from stupid anime characters on this show. And I think that was in large part because of the story they were telling. It really didn't have anything to do with the way the character looked, but you know, it was how that character interacted with the characters around them. All right, so this is definitely just a blue, but let's see. It's kind of more of a sky blue. I don't think sand blue is the right color. I want to do that Maersk blue. I don't think that's an available color though. Oh yeah, it is. I gotta just, the problem is now that's too dark, or that's too light. I gotta make sure that it's ubiquitous enough that I don't paint myself into a corner going, well, I can't use any of those pieces. Or that color. I can always go back. That's a good color. So yeah, this show totally ruled. Like for instance, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get away with that. Nope. Okay. Bar. Oh yeah, these can't be white. Gray. And my brother and I collected the crap out of these toys. Like we got all the snap type models and we got all the die cast, you know, every little just walking missile launching, because half the things on this show were just like these tanks. They were just, they had legs and they had missile launcher shoulders and there was no arms or anything. They just would walk up and unload an Etano circus on somebody, and that was kind of their job, and then they'd have to fall back and get reloaded. Better hat piece bricklink 12895. I wish I could copy that. 12895 BB01. Yeah, it's not gonna show up on here. I think as referenced, have you looked up the old large 80s toy? I have not. That hat piece is not in here. I didn't figure it would be. Well written, even as it was censored in not perfect translation. 12895. Yeah, I did. 12895. Not in here, unless it's got a not print. BP. PB 01. Yeah, it's fine. I will look it up here in a second. Copy, and let's see. Yeah, that's perfect. It doesn't exist in bricklink, but that's exactly what I need. And I'm sure there's a shirt that's a little better that maybe has a collar, you know, or it has like some red piping or something like that. So I'm not terribly worried, but that is the perfect hat. That's exactly what I need. Okay, so getting back to, you said the 80s toy, the SDF-1 old 80s toy. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's disgusting. This thing is terrible. Oh, this thing? Wow. Look at that monstrosity. Was that made out of cardboard? That had to have been made out of cardboard. Battle Fortress. That's pretty rad, yo. Yeah, this looks like, oh, man. Oh, it's Matchbox. Yeah. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. The Veritech Fighter started all my sci-fi building. Oh, yeah, for sure. The Veritech Fighter was... Like, I remember getting Jetfire for the first time going... They just totally ripped this off from Robotech. Like, I was not ashamed to you know, talk bad about it to my friends. And I'm like, this is... They're just totally ripping this off. It's one thing to have a transformable jet. They're both F-14s, right? But the way they transformed, I'm like, okay, that's fine. They transform the same. Weird. The legs come out, the arms fold out. You can have like a half fighter. You can have the alpha, the beta, the gamma, whatever it is, or delta. And then they added all the extra crap on it, like the booster engines and the things on its legs and the things on its arms. I'm like, you guys are just ripping off Robotech. Anyway. Trying to get back to this. Wow, this just loves just sitting here looking at stuff. Just crawls and crawls and crawls. Yeah, that's the one I want. Alright, so knowing this, let's get rid of these. And I'm going to put a 1x2 plate clip. With the single clip right here. Yeah, I'll get that hat for sure. Don't you worry none. I will get that hat. A lot of these figures, if they don't exist, I know I'm going to have to kit bash. Because I don't even think I could get some of these more obscure Star Wars figures even. I know I'm going to have to like order this one part, order this one part. I mean, I think that's how I got... Where's my... I don't even know where my sig fig is. My sig, everybody's sig fig is just that. You just get a torso of one thing and a head that you like. And so now these should be able to... Well, maybe not. Alright, cool. Right? So now these should be able to slide out and down. And it looks junky. Maybe I could cover it with something. If I had the shoulders kind of bump up right next to it, you wouldn't really see it. And figure it out. So I think then on here, or I could move him down a little bit. Because again, I want this to be transformable, but still a Microfighter. Group him together so I don't have to worry about it. And put it in the instructions possibly if it's... Yeah, so the instructions will have to be... Here's the figure that you have to put together, and here's all the parts. So this is going to be its head, and I don't really know what its head's going to be, but I think its head is the bridge of the ship that just kind of moves down and kind of slides into place. It's weird. It's almost like, no, that's right. I'm going to have to watch the transformation again because I thought it was just kind of a simple, everything just kind of opens up, but maybe it's not. I kind of wish my G1 Jetfire was a Robotech figure, yeah. Alright, so... Actually, I do want to move him back because I want to put... Let's do a 1x4 plates here, and then can I do another this color? I'll cover that up. Will you make a turtle van Microfighter? Yeah, I mean, why not? A little yellow thing with a shell on it. So that'll cover up at least that. And then if I bring... Oh, you know what? Can I do a corner? Plates. I don't think I'm going to get it in that color. Nope. Okay. Well, I can still do white. No, white is fine. Oh, so I'm not gonna lie, pretty tired. Today was a rough day at work, and then we went out and voted. And now I'm just like, my eyes are like, So from here, I need to put another, oh, you know what? Rail plates for the win. Gonna do some rail plates. Okay. I don't even think I'm gonna get it that big, but we'll see. Ball joints, arms, a ship, and to keep the body at its size. The old maxi fig hands as its shoulder joint. Okay. I have to figure out how to attach them because they're gonna be about right here. Oh, and the dog's just going crazy again. Ball joints. So there's like, you can get, you can do this. Probably do this, right? Actually, probably like that, and then ball bar. Where's that thing? Pen dog reveal. We introduced the dog a while back. You just got to cycle through. Ball joint. Some of the older videos because she was introduced. What are those little ones? What are these called? What are these little guys? It should be ball something. Not in there. I know it's in here somewhere. Joint. It's not joint. It's oh, an older video. M. Dot. It would have to be like a year ago. We got her a year ago. And we did have a, hey, oh, here it is. Bar with toe ball. Oh, that's why. So I did this. And then I could attach all kinds of stuff here. I just have to figure out how to get that attached. And I'd have to do it at this angle because I want to make sure it goes down. Because if I did it like this, it wouldn't fold properly. And its arms, I don't know. That seems like restricted movement. And then you said fabulent, what? Maxi fig hands. Why did this come up? Maxi fig hand. Yeah, all right. Hey man, I'm a slow growth channel. I'm not, but I'm planning on being here. So yeah, I'll keep that out. Oops. Now I just need to figure out how to attach this. This can be just on a bracket. But I want to be able to attach it like right here. I do have an idea for that. I almost feel like I could build this standing up, you know? Like, let's try something real quick. I'm gonna get this guy out of here. On the side, let's get rid of this. Well, let's just move it. Just move this stuff all over here. And then we'll do a 1x1 clip. Voila. It's maybe a bit dodgy, but then with the stud friction, the pipe side down of it will move. Yeah, it should be all right. I like where that's going. I like this. This connection right here is like super tough. Like this will not move, and at this size, it's not gonna weigh it down. So I mean, that's a good that friction's a good size right there. That's a good size right there. So if we can do this. And then I don't want to leave that too wide open. What? A little trick I learned in Nam. Really? I'm not that old. Black Cherry, Austin East Siders, spiked seltzer. Not terrible, not great. Washing machine headlight bricks for the bar of the joint. Oh yeah, because they've got to be. Well, the other thing I was thinking is it has to leave enough to where it can connect to other things, right? Actually, I was thinking of doing another set of that here for the shoulders, because it's got these big old. Oh, you know what? Nope. Damn. I just need to go through and find out what can be used here. Because this is a great color, but if I can't get enough pieces, it's just going to go to blue. Ah, yes. Oh, and you know what? There's these new, and I just got a bunch of them. These guys. Oh, they're not dark though, but these will work. These guys, these tiles. Those look like missile launcher things, right? Just a couple of those on the sides. I don't know if they exist in this yet. Forget what part they. Well, they got the rainbow one, so maybe they do. After the letters, after the numbers. Maybe it was called grill. Nope. slot. Nope. If I colored them the right color, maybe I could find it. Oh, there they are. Keep that in mind, because I have some of these. All right, cool. Oops. All right, so he's gonna sit here, but I think what will happen is that when he's not sitting here, when this is transformed, I'd like a piece to go there that looks like that. So help me remember that. Also, a piece needs to go here where his head is, and I can just attach something to that clip. I can probably do a 1x1 handle. Yeah, there it is. So you know what? I have a better idea for the let me just try this. I'm trying to like think of all the things I can combine. What set did those little 1x1 vents come from? I don't have any idea. I got them off bricklink or off of lug bulk. So I got 200 of them off of lug bulk. I don't know what set they came off of. My guess is it wasn't the Razor Crest. It may have been, I almost want to say it was like a police set, but I don't remember. They also have them in rainbow color too, which I know a lot of the people got rainbow color. Washing machine brick for the bar of the, oh, you already read that. How do you get your instructions? Your brickable page is private. It's private? It shouldn't be private. That should not be private at all. I should have that nonsense wide open. I can't tell if it's private or not. Profile details on my settings page. Let's see. Yeah, I can't, I mean, does it say it's private? Because that would be a shock. I would hate for that to be the case. I can't tell where it is private. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say either way. I'll have to look into that later. But thanks for the heads up if it is. Because that would suck. Okay. So I lost track of whatever I was doing. Oh, so let's do this. I want to see if this can move down and then rotate if something bumps in the way. So it kind of does. So this would be it standing up. Nope. No. Wow. Wow. What is going on? Oh, man. What just happened? Alright, so... Wow, I just got effed. Right in the B. You stupid rotating cursor. And that didn't turn. That's funny. Yeah, it's going so smoothly. What the? I don't know what your deal is. Okay. That was not cool, yo. What I wanted to do was have you stand up. Oh wait, let's put this guy back in here. There we go. Before I forget, these guys can only be in like gray or something. Dark gray. Yeah. So, this can only go so far down. And I don't think that's even... See, it kind of has to... In order for it to fit with lore, it has to come all the way down. So, this may not be the most elegant solution, but it's a solution for now. And then something comes in here and sits right here as its head. And I don't mind taking something off to move it up there to be its head. I have a feeling I can do... And this is where I think Travis's expertise comes in, because he's good at small clips and things. So I was thinking of something like this where I could put something in between it. One by one plates on one of them. Come on. And have these scooch together. And that's going to be, these are both going to be white, and this is going to be trans green, trans bright green, and then we're going to get some teeth in white. Them kind of rotate back. And I'll just have to figure out where to put that elsewhere. Something like this. Except its head is not... These pontoons are so much bigger than the head. Yeah, I mean, it could just swing under the ship. Like, I could... I don't know why that wouldn't. I think it's probably because it's too close. But you could take it off and move it. Right? Just go take that. Why is this not... Yeah, see this doesn't do well with that. So I was thinking, instead of having that bar sitting there, I might do... Because there's 1x2 bar plates. Or modified plate, I guess. With like a handle. I guess it's a handle, I don't know. I'm gonna have to remember these guys exist too, because these guys are gonna make anything moving against a plate easier because they've got rounded edges. So like this may actually be easier if that was in there instead. I don't know. I think that might be too close. Yeah, it's too close. But something like that. We'll just stick this guy over here for now. There are these guys, which would allow me to have the pontoons. If I can separate these, I probably can't easily. Oh, that actually will come together pretty well. Yeah, I may have to remove the shoulder tiles. Well, it's not really the tiles. Oh, these things? Yeah, I wanted to keep these gaps. The gaps just look bad with this bar here. So we can get this other one over here. So I'm not convinced that this mechanic for the shoulders is going to work, but something's better than nothing. But it should come together pretty well. I mean, that comes together. And then if it goes all the way out, that's still a lot of room. And then that's pretty much lined up with that. So that's pretty cool. And then it should we just have to keep this area clear of stuff. Actually, not even really. I could put a I don't even think that would get in the way. In fact, that would help kind of line it up. So then this could... And then we're back to doing it flat, though, which is fine with me. These would be what color? Ugh. Let's say this color. I don't like light gray, so let's say dark bluish gray. The only problem is now the head needs to go in there somewhere. And the head just needs to be a little, like it can be on this thing. Oh! I do that to Beth all the time. I say, oh, and she goes, what? I'm like, and then I just sit there and I don't say anything. Oh, maybe not. Oh, there's something in here if I could get it. Sort of just a basic indication of a head. clip. And then one of these. Or maybe nope. Other one. Man, working at this scale is stupid. Nobody should work at this small ass weird. Oh, what's the hops? Hey man, how's it going? Thanks for being here. I appreciate you showing up. How far does this push me back? Come on, grab that, grab it. And then... there's your head, and then what happens is when it transforms, now that's the bridge. And those can still slide underneath. I think that'll work. Let's stand this guy up and see what happens. I'm really happy about this. I think that'll work great. Oops. For the bridge to head, place one back to the center between the 1x2 tiles. Place a 1x2 hinge brick on that center between the 1x tiles. Oh. Yeah, that might be better actually. Let me try this. Let me see if this works. But I see where you're going with that. So lay those down. Lay, baby, lay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where are you going there? Chief. Oh, Bob is your uncle. Nope, come on. Just stay there. Look at that. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Oh, crap. Glenn. I went like an hour not doing this. Thank you all for being here again. I appreciate you and your time. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something saucy. And we're going to do a 1x4 mod. Is it plate or is it tile? Apparently it's plate. If it's got any studs on it, it's a plate. So this is a little smooth. But if I wanted to, I could put something on it. And then, save for Glenn. Yes. So that's got to be white. And I know these come in white, so that's good. White, 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 white. Okay. All right. I like this a lot. So then what I can do now is I can start building this area with these guys. I don't even really need them to be snot bricks anymore. I can just kind of, they're just bricks now. Although I might want to make them a little bigger, but we'll see. Because I still have to do legs and arms. But now I can add, now what I can do is add these guys without making a weird fuss about like how to attach them. They just attach. Oh wait, no, I don't. That is incorrect. Because they are going to have to do this. So, looks at all. We also have this guy over here who could be the shoulder for this. But again, this is going to have to be attached like that. So that would be okay. Right? Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking, is I could just flip that and have it on the bottom and then have the legs just, you know, they're the same legs and all they have to do is go burp like this. And then the feet are just going to be these, you know, they're going to be Jetfire feet or Valkyrie feet where they're just out like that and then they open up. And that can just be hinges on, or the, let's see, that's going to be, they're going to be flat at that point. So probably more, the top parts can be hinges. They can just fold up. And then on the back, I could probably have something with these bars again. And then just have like clips that kind of fold up so you can stand it up. Oh, still can't see the build. Am I just... Oh, somebody's got to get to me earlier about that. Can you see it now? Golly. So yeah, here we are. This is... So I'm going to get rid of all of this because I don't need that. I need this second piece. Nope, I can just... So now I can put this guy back under here. May not even need to be that long. We'll do a second. This guy doesn't come in that color. What color does he come in? Oh goodness. What color does that guy come in? Hopefully not in the weird... Red and yellow. Really? Is there any red? Yeah, I guess there's red in there. Okay. I guess that's a pass. Oh, I had to get a bunch of these for that stupid... I won't say stupid. Darth Designer's version of the Microfighter AT-TE. And those were hard to find. Yeah, exactly. Nobody wants to look at this for like 15 minutes. They're just like, what is this guy talking about? He's just ranting at the camera for no reason. Okay, so this is going to be big old blocks of stuff. I am going to have to... It's got to be a little more thick than... Well, maybe. Oh, you know what? Yeah, 1x2 brick studs. Got bugs flying around here. Okay, what color can these be? I think I can get these in white. Ha ha ha. And then I can do 1x1 tile. Round. And then they're going to have what color do these come in? Oh yeah. Oh, I'm very excited about this entire process right now. I have no idea. Hey man, hey Tucker, how's it going? Haven't talked to you in a long time, man. How's tricks? How's life? You doing well? I can put a big old, you know, it'd be fun. Something like this. That would be cool looking. It's not a fender though. Wheel cover. Those just like real boxy ones. I don't know what they're called. 2x4 modified. I don't know. Things are fine-ish. Just getting stir crazy and bored with everything. What are you doing right now, man? What's your program lately? I mean, I don't know what you're working on, what your job's like, what you're spending your days doing. You guys need to come over and hang out in our backyard and just like chill. We'll get some, we'll stop by Growler and get some beers and just, we got a couple 6-foot tables in the back. You can invite people over and we'll just hang out. I'm sure Beth would be fine with it. What are those called? I'm getting off on the wrong side here. They're just wheel covers, but they're like the two. Oh, mama. This needs to come in that color like right now. That's perfect. Oh, man. You know what? This will go good. Actually, what colors does it come in? Oh, well, I mean, it comes in a lot of colors. It could go like back here underneath or by the hips. Like right up in here. That'd be all right. I'd be okay with that. Work, then a little bit of off time, then more work, rinse, repeat. I went to IKEA the other day, thought about you when I passed your area. Oh, my area. The boxes, the white boxes. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I would do with any of those, really. I mean, I think each of them are sets that you can build little things out of, and they have like a little story to go with them. And then the boxes themselves can be used to then store that. And then the boxes can be stacked nicely, or they can be used as a display piece. But at the same time, I'm like, what I really need is just Sterilite drawers to put stuff in. Like, I don't need fancy boxes. But I mean, they're cool. I just don't know what I would do really with them. Unless you're talking about a different section, like the plants or something, in which case I don't know. Oh, my part of town. Yeah, north. I get it. We're north. Okay, I think I'm going to do that there, and then I'm going to start with the hips down here. I really want some big old shoulder things right there. I'll just do, because I think the 2x4 can come and be this color. Can it be the Maersk color? It can. It's going to matter what... Actually, that's pretty cool. And then I can put like a thing. Just a thing. I'm going to put a thing. And I think it comes 1 by 1 brick. Yeah, you know, the more I look at some Lego stuff, I get that exact kind of feeling. I'm like, what's the point of that? There's been a big push lately for art stuff. that it's just to show off. It's like, look what I bought and built. And it's like, okay. I mean, not to, you know, get on anybody for having done it, but at the same time, I'm like, that, okay, cool. But it is to get more people involved with Lego. Is that going to get in the way? What colors do those come in? Oh, whites. For no reason. I'm just putting these here. And then I want a 1x1. Is it semicircle? Yeah, half circle. Color do those come in? Please say dark gray. Damn it. Flat silver. Good enough. The art pieces, you put a lot of studs onto a square thing and it makes Marilyn Monroe or Iron Man or Darth Vader. Those are great, or the Beatles. Those are great. I think they're great for people who are into nifty novelty art kind of stuff. And it's not for me. I would be buying them because it's a treasure trove of 1x1 pieces in different colors. Yeah, yeah, I agree, Tucker, 100%. The sketch ones that are like this big, they're okay. I think like because they're a little more minimalist and they use different pieces. And when you're done, if you get a bunch of them or do a draft with them with other people, they're interesting pieces that you can use. There's wedge plates and tiles and things like that. Those are all right. I don't have a problem with those. And they're like this big and they're $20 and whatever. But yeah, the big F-off 32x32 plates where it's just 1x1 pieces and you're making a mosaic, it's like, okay, whatever. Does the slanted vent cheese grater come in that color? Oh, man. I don't think so. I think there's very few. I'm gonna have to research what parts come in this Maersk blue. No, I think it's very limited to just like a couple bricks and maybe some slopes and tiles, but I don't think it's anything really major. I have to be careful because he has to sit in here somewhere. So I'm thinking he's gonna sit like right there, right? And then when he moves, I can have something kind of collapse down into the chest piece, right? Kind of from behind, so he can stand and this can stand. But I'm excited so far. It's 9:30. This is a unique build. I'm kind of excited about it. It may take me another week to do. I don't know if I'm going to work on this Sunday or not. I may try to get a set done by... Needs more orange. Josh! There's no orange in the SDF-1. It needs more red. And it's going to get red. It's going to get the bottoms of the battleships that it has as arms are going to be red. That's going to be interesting too. I can't wait to get to that part of it. But thank you all very much for being here. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with me tonight. I'm sorry that at one point I had just my big old ugly face up here instead of some designs. If you missed it, I've got my... You know what? I'm going to take a few minutes and fix this since I was a little mad that it fell apart. You missed it earlier, right? I got this filmed today, Travis, so this will be the next video going up on how to build this. This is an Imperial Patrol craft on Lothal. So that's like the opening scene is Bridger, or Ezra Bridger, kind of running away on that speeder bike down the that path to the city. And then I've got the Republic Striker class starfighter on, what was the name of the place? Dorman Kos or something like that, with a Satil Shan. And yes, the wings move in. They move in. and collapse. The S-foils unload. But let me put this back together real quick so you guys can see it. This is for, Josh is going to get, if he hasn't looked at the Google Drive yet, this will be a sneak peek for our build on Sunday, in which we had our, this is supposed to stay on there a little better than this. Our, what's the words I'm looking for? The seed pieces were a pumpkin, or 4 pumpkins and 2 well, now I'm missing a whole lot of stuff. And 2 skeletons. So let me see if I can get this back together real quick. I think my trees may be a little misaligned, and so the weight isn't where it should be. But I'm gonna try to get this back together so y'all can see it. Because I am very pleased with this set. I thought it turned out really great. This set, like I had any design quality on this at all. That's 3 away. And that's right behind him. Okay. Now if I can flip it over without it all falling apart again. Hang with me, kids. I'm still here. All right. So here it is. This is the upside down Halloween. It's an upside down from Stranger Things, but it's Halloween themed. So it's got the spooky house on the bottom with all the creepy vines and stuff sticking out. And it's got the regular house on the top. And it does sit like a upside down set. So you can put it on whichever side you want. And then when you turn it around, it's got the insides. It's got little furniture bits inside and creepy crawlies on the inside of the creepy crawly bits. I can zoom or something for the lug meat. It's WebEx. Brian Lassiter sends out or posts on Facebook and the email group a WebEx thing, and it's just a simple download. You click on the link, it says, do you want to put this little client on there? And you say yes, and it runs it, and then you're, So if you've got your camera, dude, did you hide some Travis bricks in there to hold it together? No, there's no Travis bricks to hold it together. It is completely, I'm going to break it. It just sits on, it's just the weight. There's some creative use of ball joints back there to make it hinge, but it just sits. It's not a perfect fit, and you can see by the gap in the plate right there. So it's not a perfect fit. But because it sits on itself, I don't know how the original set was built, but you can see some of the fun stuff on that side. That was a lot of fun to make. So if you look on the sites, Travis, there's links, and you should just be able to join from that. Check the email group or the Facebook group. I think he posts in both. If not, I'll post it in Discord too. You should be on the Discord, the TechSlug Discord. I'll post it all in there too. It's this Sunday, 2 p.m. So, but that's it. Thanks for everybody for being here. If it sits, it fits. That's exactly right, as my cat would say. I appreciate you all being here. Thanks for coming by. I will see you guys Sunday. Maybe another design, maybe more of this. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But thanks for being here. Take care.